It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see Kirk Cousins. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Chargers and the Raiders on Thursday night.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. Bringing them out, a guy who's top 30 all-time in yards and touchdowns. Not bad for a fourth-round pick back in 2012. Captain Kirk Cousins.
I like this. I do. He tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once, and how they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tough rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. 14 yards is the pick up there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's going to get his guys another first down. Back-to-back good runs to start the drive. This one 13 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 41 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Haener. He gets it to Addison. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Haener. And Jones has it over the middle. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate.
Second and 3 at the Chargers' 8-yard line.
On second down, here's Hainer. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Chargers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On second down, a run by Achane. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they interplay one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Hainer here from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That's good for Las Vegas. 1st and 10.
In motion right is Addison. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They run play action with Hainer. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
The Charger drive about to get going. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Cousins from the gun on third. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Los Angeles.
Again, it's Cousins. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. To throw, Cousins. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. This one into the hands of Metcalf. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Cousins to throw it. And the Raiders have got him. Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. He was superb a week ago. 3 sacks in that affair. Now one here in the second quarter.
How about our conversations this week? With him, it's pretty simple. He said, I've got a few combinations I can try it out they haven't seen yet. And on the flip side, they thought they had a plan to block him. Might need to come up with something else because he looks like he's getting loose now.
Punch, counter punch. On first down, Haener. Completes this to Addison out left. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Haener sets to throw it. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 18 more yards there and another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Raiders in 12-1 now to start play, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Barkley inside handoff. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Running right through it. Still going. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Cousins. not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And down here, first and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Cousins. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Allen Robinson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Raiders. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devon Achane, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2. One up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And Hall not going to bring this one out. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play call.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On target to his man, Likely. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. Fights off the defender. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's Achane to start the drive. Down the sideline he goes. He may go. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Devon Achane. That's rushing touchdown number 20. Will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have him go for 2. Hayner will look to throw for this. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions, but how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Cousins now to throw on first down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. They'll find Metcalf. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Raiders' kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both. Out of that drive.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, operating gun, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And no chance to get away as they'll get it down at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
2nd and 10. Hayner here to throw it. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Hayner wants to throw it again. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And this will be caught at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 73 yards. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. That's caught. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Cousins. He dumps it off to Barkley. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back. And
the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Isaiah Foskey with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Let's take it at around the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt, and they will take. 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
It'll wind up. Loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I believe I could see what they were trying. But unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Hainer. Over the middle and complete to Addison.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Now 3rd down and very long. Hainer looking to throw. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. It's caught at the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders take a 3-touchdown lead. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So they try for 2. Their lead up even further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Cousins. Robinson's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Now Cousins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Cousins again. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Cousins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League baseball? You in the 9 spot in the order. That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field. That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
9
you
picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordan Addison, 31 yards. And the Raiders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. They'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Cousins now from the 50. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 2. Throwing, Cousins. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. 1 quarter remains here on this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8. They go play action. Cousins. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Raiders... possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to... next drive. First down, here's Haener. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
1st and 10, Haener going to the air. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because Wright continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing here is Hall. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Ready, go.
On 4th down, Hall. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains. Now Hall. Man open, here's Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get them.
Touchdown, Raiders! Jordan Addison with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Red, cycle. Ready.
Here's Hall. one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think he just said, well, my kicker's hurting this spot. No, okay.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes this to Sutton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Cousins now.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Cousins.
A short one there, caught by Likely. 2nd and 9.
Here's Cousins. Got a man open. It's Sutton. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now Cousins. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Prater for the extra point. Drops from 34 down to 27. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's inside the 20, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 2. What a spectacular return.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. That one looks like he'll throw here. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
All to throw it.
The quick slant caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Matt Gay on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And Hall not going to bring this one out. L.A. readies for its next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. This one into the hands of Metcalf. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw, Cousins. Catch is made by Metcalf. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 40. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd. Timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, go Fury.
Here's Hall. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
They'll try and throw for it. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Raiders, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
You